Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Monday, it is May 13th. I hope you had a great Mother's Day, whether you were celebrating with folks or people came to you, whatever it might have been. Really great day for everybody. And for those who don't have mothers, of course, you know, it's also kind of a tough day as well. But hopefully you were able to celebrate with family, friends, and loved ones around you. We have a great show for you today. Let's get right to what we want to talk about. The Village Breeze, the latest edition, isn't out yet, but we're going to preview it with Susan Logan McCracken. She's going to be here. She's got some great articles, some great feature stories about some spotlights and some of the folks who work here in the village and work here and do stuff in the rec department, all sorts of fun stuff. So take a look at that one. We're going to preview that in just a minute. And then the Democratic Club, Alan Feldman and Jeannie Lepowski, they're going to be here, and we're going to be talking about a meet and greet that they're going to have coming up and their regular meeting where we're going to have some speakers. So lots of good stuff coming up there as we creep towards November and the general election. Hey, we got a special announcement for you today. We have some new hours over at the Fitness Center starting today. Monday through Friday, they're going to be 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Of course, the hours have been floating around a little bit because of the closure over at Clubhouse 1, and so Fitness Center has been doing some expanded hours, letting people come over and making the accommodations for everybody. Of course, the Fitness Center is here at the Community Center right here off Old Toro Road, and it's on the first floor. So if you need to get there, you haven't been there yet, that is it. It's always hopping over there whenever I see people coming in and out. It's usually working out pretty well. If you don't want to go to the fitness center, you won't go outside, well, let's take a look at the temperatures. We've got some nice ones for you. It's going to be cloudy this morning, but we're going to clear out, whether you want to take a walk on the beach or jog on one of the many trails around here. We're going to have 74 degrees as our high today. Sunny in the midday to afternoon, and then the clouds start creeping back in. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, but we're going to, again, the AM clouds we're going to have there, but again, mostly sunny day tomorrow, 71 degrees. Then we get a little cooler, and the same kind of May gray patterns kind of creeping up. We're going to have clouds in the morning, the sun in the afternoon, so get used to that for a little while. That's our usual pattern here in May and June. So we're going to be stuck with that for a couple months, but hey, temperatures are pretty nice. Let's take a look at our sunrise and our sunset. Look at this picture. Alan Clark got a action-packed hummingbird action there coming after one of those birds of paradise bushes over there with the flowering there. That looks pretty cool. That's a great little shot there. Thank you, Alan, for sending that one in to us. Our sunrise this morning was 5:50 a.m. Sunset tonight is going to be 7:40 p.m. If you'd like to send us a picture, you can do so via email, lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Make sure you include your name and where you took the photo, and we will put it in our sunrise sunset segment. Okay, let's take a look at a meeting we have for you today, and then when we come back, we'll be looking at the new edition of the Village Breeze. Stay with us.
Seniors fear running out of money more than death itself, and the number one mistake you can make is underestimating volatility, which can derail your retirement. For 35 years now, I've coached seniors to financial independence by using two simple rules: never take big losses and create income along the way. It's your financial future. Call now to get a free risk analysis to ensure your investments are protected, and we'll send you our Safer Money System, 949-219-0692.
Are there foods you miss enjoying because of loose or missing teeth? At Fleur Stanger DDS, we understand the joy of savoring every bite. Serving all of Orange County, our team of dedicated professionals are here to guide you towards a healthier, happier smile. And we will give you the best solution to improve your oral health. Call us today at 949-830-0074 for a free exam and consultation. Rediscover the pleasure of eating and smiling. Call Fleur Stanger DDS today.
At Adapt to It, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to It has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to It sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets, all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits, We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Village Breeze is our regular magazine right here in the village, and a lot of folks really love it. And we have a new edition coming up. We don't have a copy of it yet, but Susan Logan McCracken's here with a preview of the next edition of Village Breeze. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thank you, Mike, for having us.
Yeah,
I have a printout of the cover.
Yes,
right
we have. I think
here.
we have that on video. We have that on a slide, so we'll take a look at that. And
Yes.
we got a good little shot there of a rabbit kind of eating the vegetation. Now, folks aren't fans of rabbits around here. Some eating the flowers and that kind of thing, but sometimes. But I love them.
But
and
this
there's a lot
is
of,
cute.
And there's a lot of babies out right now. Have you seen all the baby bunnies?
Oh, well, Mark Rabinowitz captured this one eating a leaf.
Mark
so.
Rabinowitz is prolific.
Yes, he is. He is.
He captures so many great shots. That's a great spring photo for the cover there too.
Yes, yes, we're excited about it.
So we're also excited about the pages inside, not just the cover, of course, but some of the features you guys have going on. One of the ones I know we want to talk about is the voices story you guys have. The 100 voices as one kind of thing.
Right. Community Bridge Builders had this One Voice 300 or One Song 300 Voices event, and Village Television was very much a part of capturing that.
Right.
And we mentioned the video that was produced, and we have a link to it in the story. I was able to talk to Urban Voices Project, Liav Sofer, about some of the short-term benefits and long-term benefits of singing in a group. There's actually a study out that examines group singing versus solo singing, and group singing produces oxytocin, which is the bonding hormone.
Really?
And solo singing produces cortisol, which is the stress hormone. So, so it's interesting that they compared the two. Group singing, you get all the health benefits of singing, as well as the bonding without the anxiety of having to sing a solo.
Well, I would imagine that makes sense to me, because I would be horrified if I was on a stage with a microphone and a spotlight just on me, but if I was in a group, I would feel like, okay, we're all together in this, we've been practicing, and we're all one.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And it was a phenomenal experience for the people who participated. The overwhelming thought that I received from them was that they would like to do this again. And Rebecca Gallad did tell me that they will do this again in March 2025. So March of next year, they will also be doing this. And
Sounds fun.
They're hoping to bring more than 300 voices together.
Okay, well, make it even bigger. 500, sky's the limit.
Yes, yes.
So people can see the link, and they read the article, and they also have the link to the YouTube video, right?
Yes, and become inspired. And seeing it, the chorus was also sung in 5 different languages. So
oh, wow.
Maybe we can have even more languages
That would be amazing.
next year.
You also spotlight in this latest edition of Village Breeze the power of recreation. You're calling this one.
Yes. Well, the word recreation means renewal. And so after working or doing chores or doing the day-to-day tasks, it's just wonderful to have something that you truly enjoy, whether it's a sport, whether it's music, whether it's going to the Performing Arts Center, whether it's playing a game of bridge. And our recreation leaders, we spotlight 3 of them. It's 141 employees in that department.
Yeah, it's a really large department
It is
because of so many activities here in the community.
Yes, it is a really large department, and I have to say that they are so passionate about recreation and what it does for the residents, but also even in their own lives and their own children's lives, that they are going to the soccer games and they are involved. And Tom McRae is a PGA golfer himself, so it's pretty impressive to see.
Folks can take a look at the folks who are doing all the good recreation and keeping us going here in the village,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
securing your digital assets. Debbie Dotson wrote an article about that, and that's one of those things where you hear so many things about senior scams and things that can go wrong, and people not having all the information where they should be, and those kinds of things.
Right, and Debbie talks about having somebody like an executor after life to kind of handle this. And we might not realize all the digital assets that we have, all the photos, all the videos, any creative works, intellectual property, and airline miles and online subscriptions to things. So there are a lot of digital.
Yeah. And people, and you know, I've known people who have passed, and they say, well, we didn't know their passwords to anything, so we couldn't get to any of their stuff, and then you have to go through all these companies, all these kinds of things. So I imagine that having that in one place, and someone being overseeing that, saying, here's where everything is, here's how you get to all of these things, is an important.
Exactly. And Debbie outlines a step-by-step process to take, to secure that, those cherished memories, so that you can leave a legacy.
That's terrific. One of the other things you guys are talking about a little bit is just that one thing, especially this time of year with the coyotes and the rabbits that are out, and they're in the community at all times. So what are we looking at for this article?
Well, this article talks about keeping yourself and your pets and your neighborhood safe. It's a very comprehensive article. It goes through some of the myths and some of the truth about coyotes, and this is their habitat, and it's shrinking for them. So they are going to be here. We can't get rid of the coyotes, but because if that happened, there would be an explosion of other.
There has to be a balance of all the little critters that they eat, the rabbits especially.
Exactly. But the article talks about keeping your neighborhood safe as well. Never turn your back on a coyote, maintain eye contact with them, and definitely pick up your pets if you see a coyote, but keep your pets indoors as well, and your dogs on a leash.
Right, make sure those are secure. Don't let the cats outside, because sometimes they don't come back.
Never leave cats outside, or your pets in general.
Right. Any smaller animals they'll get snatched right up. What are some of the other articles that you kind of like are looking forward to putting out there and having folks see?
Another one that Debbie Dotson contributed was going solo on solo travel, senior solo travel, and that
she's prolific traveler. It's amazing, her show and everything like that.
Yes, and she captured this trend that people have just taking solo tours. There are actually tour groups that cater to solo travelers.
Alone together kind of thing.
Yes, exactly. So you can be together on different excursions and tours, but you can also have some solitude when you want it, when you need it.
And I think there's a stigma sometimes that going to the movies alone, or going to dinner, even going to dinner alone, things like that. It's like, oh, you don't have anybody to travel with. And those are some of the realities for older adults when they've lost a loved one, their spouse or something like that. And that's just, it shouldn't mean you don't go anywhere, don't do anything anymore.
Right. And she definitely gives tips on how to embrace it, how to embrace the adventure, embrace the fun, and but starting small. And doing your research.
Okay. How can people get a copy of Village Breeze when it comes out? Where can we find it?
Well, it is delivered through U.S. Postal Service.
Right, everybody's homes.
Yes, everybody's homes, but we have extra copies in the community center, in all of the clubhouses, in the Golf Pro Shop, the tennis clubhouse, the Village Library, just all the places where we can get together as a community.
All right, the Village Breeze coming out soon. Do we have a date? Do we know when it's hitting the mailboxes?
In 2 days.
Okay, it's coming.
Yes.
It's getting here. It's this week. Look out for it this week, folks.
This week.
All right, Susan Logan McCracken, thank you so much for coming in. Give us a good preview of the next edition of the Village Breeze.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
All right, great. And when we come back, we're going to be talking to folks from the Democratic Club. Stay with us.
Pacific Cremation Services offers you the ultimate freedom to become one with the salty breezes and brilliant sunset reflections. A scattering at sea is a unique, beautiful way to honor the life of anyone who chooses to be cremated. We help you plan the details and understand what to expect. Choose from our 3 simple plans and let us help you start the process of healing and life celebration. Contact us at pacificcremationservices.com to create a personalized service at sea today.
Caring for your health shouldn't be dictated by what you can afford. At MVS, we are a family-owned business that has provided quality healthcare products for seniors in their homes for over 30 years. We negotiate on your behalf with top manufacturers to deliver low prices. We provide vital resources while staying committed to making the experience of getting medical supplies you need as easy as possible by ensuring easy online shopping and free shipping. When life is difficult, we make things simple.
Dr. Farman, a tremendously generous dentist, did the work for me throughout my mouth, and I am happy to say my mouth is back to where it was, and my smile is back.
We are now fully open for all your dental needs and invite you to come in and experience the brilliant smile difference.
We offer general dentistry, crowns, dentures, root canals, and oral surgery, including immediate tooth replacement with implants. We are close to Gate 6.
Democratic Club is here. Things are heating up in the election. We're creeping towards November. It's coming. There's no stopping it. We want to welcome Ellen Feldman and Jeannie Lepowski back to our program. And you guys have the usual things going on. You're bringing in candidates. You're having speakers. You're doing a lot of great stuff. Alan, tell us what we have coming up on the 17th.
Okay, on the 17th, well, we did, as we were talking before, we did take a deep breath after the March primaries, but now we're gearing back up for the November election, and starting on Friday, the 17th of May, this coming Friday. We're going to have 2 people running for local offices here in the Laguna Woods area. State Senator Josh Newman, who's running for re-election in our district this year, the 37th district, and Dom Jones, who's running for State Assembly in the 72nd district, which is, again, all of Laguna Woods. And they're going to be doing 4 separate, what we call meet and greets throughout Laguna Woods. They're going to be here all day on Friday. People, maybe they don't know that term, meet and greet. Some places they
hope so.
In the Northeast, they call them house parties.
Oh, okay.
So they may know that term. But it's basically support of the candidate, or in this case, candidates, invites the candidates to their home and invites people from the community, their neighbors, their friends, and gives people an opportunity to speak with the candidates in an informal setting. Usually candidates will make a short statement, maybe 5 minutes, less than that, and gives people an opportunity to ask questions of the candidates where they can't really squirm and run away from the question. They're right there. I know we have a graphic up on the screen which will tell you where these 4 individual meet and greets are going to be. So if you're interested in going, you don't have to go from one end of Laguna Woods to the other. There should be one right near you. The only thing I would say to people is, if you're interested or even think you might be interested, to contact Nancy Hensel at that email or phone number as soon as possible. Is in people's homes, so things are going to be limited.
There's going to be limited space available. Yeah. And it's a nice kind of a way to get away from the stump speech you would hear as a candidate maybe goes through city and kind of does their barnstorming, and maybe have the Q&A or get a little bit deeper dive into what they want to know or what they want to talk about.
Absolutely, it's a rare opportunity to in an informal setting to speak to people who are running for office, and just as important, to have them speak to the voters. So you're absolutely right. It's different. You're not going to hear a campaign speech. They may try, but you're right there. You're 5 feet away from them.
Right. And you really get to know. You can get a good idea of that person because they're speaking off the cuff. You're getting their knowledge. You're asking them pointed questions, which you don't get to do when they're on the stump and doing a campaign speech.
And you can follow up. If they don't answer that question.
Exactly.
You
Wait a minute.
up.
I asked this. Jeannie, you have your regular monthly meeting coming up, and you have a couple of speakers that are going to be there. Tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, we have speakers who are going to address the issue of public education, and they say that all politics is local, and in fact, a lot of what really matters to people are issues that can be addressed at the local level. So our speakers are public education advocates. They are both teachers or former teachers, and they are involved with an organization called SOPE-OC, which stands for Supporters of Public Education, Orange County. So they're going to talk about what's going on in public education, what are the issues, and there are some real issues that have been going on this year. There was a recall in one of our public school districts. There is our Orange County Superintendent of the Department of Education. Is going to be resigning because he's ill, and so there are a lot of changes going on. We've also had Board of Education elections. That's the Orange County Board of Education, not the individual district Board of Education. So they're going to be, it's Terry Saray, who's the chair of the Supporters of Public Education, and Billy Joe Wright, who is also involved. I believe he's the first vice president. So they're going to be talking about all those issues and taking questions, as we always do, so people can get a better understanding of what's going on, what are the issues, where we go from there.
You know, I used to cover school board stuff when I was in Abilene, Texas, and I covered stuff when I was working for the Register down in South County. And I would go, and they were usually folks from the community who were interested in the public education and kind of getting things through. Are you surprised at how politicized school boards have become in the past 7-8 years or so?
Well, yeah, it's disappointing that school boards have become politicized. You find some school boards have people have been elected to those positions and they have no background in education.
Right, there's almost zero interest. They have kind of their own agenda and that kind of thing coming in, and they want to be transformative in an interesting way, we'll say that.
Yeah. Well, it seems, the way I would phrase it is there's this culture wars that's been injected into our school boards, and that's I think not the place, my opinion, is not the place for culture wars. We need to be focusing on the kids, making sure they're educated, making sure they know math, history, science, and literature, so that they can grow up and become effective citizens of the country.
And it was such a nonpartisan kind of a board and elected place before, and now it has become anything but that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's true. We need education, not ideology.
Right. And so, yeah, it seems like the educators have kind of been pushed out with these, with a lot of what's going on there sometimes.
Yeah. Although fortunately that didn't happen with well, it was attempted in some districts. There's still a lot going on. It's still very, very concerning.
So, Ellen, back on that note, Laguna Woods Democratic Club is going to have a fundraiser coming up, and this is so you guys can help support local candidates, put on the meetings that you do, and all of those kind of things?
Absolutely. Our fundraiser is going to be on Saturday, June 22nd. It's going to be about 9 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be a brunch this year. Usually we have it in the afternoon, but we're doing it as a brunch this year. There will be food. There's a catered meal, and it's always a big issue in Laguna Woods. You got to let people know
that. Is there going to be food? If you want people to donate, you better feed them.
Right. All the details aren't. It's not for a month over a month away. But not all the details are settled down yet. But we do know that we're going to have what we call an opportunity drawing, which is basically kind of like a never-ending raffle. You just keep on drawing names until all the prizes are gone, and we try to get as many gift cards to local businesses as we can to give away as prizes, things that people can actually use in their day-to-day life. And while we don't know a lot of things yet about what's going to happen, we do know our main speaker is going to be Toni Atkins from San Diego. Toni Atkins, I think in 2016, she was in the California State Assembly. She was elected Speaker of the California State Assembly, third woman to be Speaker, I believe. And then she went on to the State Senate, and she became the first woman to be President Pro Tem of the State Senate. And due to term limits, she didn't run again in 2024. So she's now running for governor. She's an announced candidate for governor of 2026. So, it should be interesting to hear what she has to say, and so people should just keep their eyes open for that. The details will be coming out, as we get closer to the event, as to how to, what we're going to have and how to sign up and reserve your place in it.
Now, what do the funds go to for the Democratic Club? What do you guys put them towards in terms of getting speakers and having events and those kinds of things?
All of our funds, by law, because the Laguna Woods Democratic Club is actually a political action committee. It's a PAC. All of our funds have to go to candidates, and all of our funds are donated to local candidates, candidates running for state assembly, and for that's about as high as we go usually. State assembly. We'll do county-wide offices too, with district attorney supervisors. But we do. We try to support the candidates running for water board and board of education. We don't contribute basically to national campaigns. They have enough money; they don't need ours. But all the money we get is funneled back to the candidates. Most of it direct contributions to them. That's why we raise the money.
All right, get out there for the fundraiser. More, I'm sure we'll have more on that as we go.
Absolutely.
Jeannie Lepowski and Alan Philman, thank you so much from the Democratic Club.
Well, thank you, Mike. It's always a pleasure. Really
Always good to have you guys in.
Thank you so much.
All right, coming up, we're going to preview the Monday movie. Stay with us.
Did you know that tinnitus or ringing in your ears can be a sign of hearing loss? Hi, I'm Dr. Gabby Rodriguez, one of the audiologists here at Amazing Hearing. Contrary to what many doctors may tell you, tinnitus can be helped and often eliminated.
I'm a doctor and I thought I'd have to live with the tinnitus, and my hearing has gone from loud tinnitus to no tinnitus in a week and a half.
Call us today for a free consultation. Amazing Hearing, the hearing and tinnitus experts.
The Salvation Army Orange County is committed to building hope in people's lives rather than just more shelters. The Center of Hope, a comprehensive homeless care solution, combines a 325-bed emergency shelter, 72 permanent supportive housing apartments, on-site medical, dental, vision, and mental health care, and an award-winning drug and alcohol rehabilitation center. Donate today to transform lives, create safer neighborhoods, and provide an opportunity to end chronic homelessness in Orange County.
Hey folks, our Monday movie is going to be Under the Tuscan Sun, starring Diane Lane. It's brought to us by Harvard Eye. It's going to be at 2 p.m. with subtitles, 6 p.m. without subtitles. That's going to do it for this edition of This Day. Have a great day.